It's Unit 1, Lesson 11, Scientific Notation. Scientific notation is helpful, especially when you get your science classes and your physics classes, because when you're doing a lot of conversions, you'll have really big numbers or really small numbers. So understanding how to use scientific notation could be helpful when you're looking at those type of things. And essentially, scientific notation helps us write big numbers in a shorter notation rather than writing, for example here, 15 zeros. Okay, nobody wants to write 15 zeros. So scientific notation can help us with that. Okay, the main thing you need to know is this. Scientific notation has to be a number between 1 and 10. Okay, has to be a number between 1 and 10. So 9.6, 7.4, 9.3, 1.5. Those are all good. Kind of call them your base, if you will. Okay, but you can't do 12. Instead of 12, you'd use what? 1.2. Good. Okay, so as we get right here, they have 32,000 in standard decimal notation. Can be written the product of 3.2 times 10 to the fourth. How do they get that? Well, they get that because they count how many spaces from the, like if I made that 3.2 right there, and I move this decimal over 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where the 4 comes from. Okay, so it's adding 4 places. Okay, so for example, 61,500 expanded form. It's the same. We don't have to, it just would be 6.15. They go times 10, times 10, times 10. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 10. Expanded form is not super important. It's just showing you how many places they moved. 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. So you'd write it like so in scientific notation. Okay, so 500,000 would be 5 with 5 tens. Or 5 times 10 to the fifth. Okay, 46.3, obviously not a really big number, but practicing writing scientific notation, it's just we just have to move it over one spot. We can't do 46, why? It's too big, right? We need 4.63 is what we want. So simply would just be this, which would be this. 4.63 times 10 to the 1 is all. Okay. This is all a lot of the same stuff, so I'll speed it up a bit. If you have a question or if I go over something you're not understanding, please stop me. 2.81 times 10 times 10. That's simply going to be 281 because it moved over 2 spots. Okay, writing it in scientific notation. So we got the 281 here. Over here be 2.81 times 10 squared. And here we have 7 times 10, 10, 10, and 10, and 10. So 7 times 10 to the fifth, which would be a 7 with 5 zeros. So 700,000. $9.2 times 10 squared. 9.2 times 10 times 10. 920. Just 2 spots. 1. And they say the best for last, the 1.4 times 10 to the 6th. So 1.4 times 10. There's your 6 tens. And it's going to be 1, 4 with 5 zeros. So 1.4 million. Any questions on that chart there? Okay. Hopefully you can see the pattern of like how I knew how many zeros. Like for example, 1.4 times 10 to the 6th, it's 5 zeros, so I have to move 1 time to get around the 4. And then I know there's 5 zeros after that. Okay, this one here, 5 times 10 to the 5th, 5. I don't have to get around anything. There's nothing after that, so it's just 5 zeros on top of that. Okay, so kind of get used to seeing that. Okay, let's just these last couple here for this section. Complete the following statements from the top of the page using scientific notations. The distance from Earth to the Sun is approximately how many miles? So the very top there, we kind of didn't really read those out loud, but it says 93 million miles. So we'd write that as 9.3 times 10 to the what? 7th. Yeah, I know what you meant by 5, but we're adding an extra spot. Okay, because there were 6 zeros plus the extra space. Okay, questions on that? You can count it there if you'd like. You can always count these. The speed of light is 300 million meters a second. So putting that into scientific notation, just need a 3, right? Times 10 to the 8th. Good. Number of molecules of gas per cubic meter is approximately, so that looks like 2.7 we're going to use, times 10 to the, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 19, yep. There's 18 zeros and then one more spot. Okay, good. Okay, I'll pause the video here. You can go ahead and try example 3. Just see, and example 4. See if you can get those right. Let me know. Okay, so this is what you should have got here. So this is what I was talking about. The decimal is 1 spot behind the number. So 10 to the 7 means I'm going to have 6 zeros. Okay, so you should have 38 with 6 zeros. So that's 38 million. Like that. Okay, 2.51 to the 12th. So then how many zeros would be on this one? 10, good job. I move it 2 spots, 12 to 10, right? So it'd be 2, 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's going to be in the million, billion, trillions. 2.5 trillion. Yeah, that's your annual income. If that's your annual income, if you can give me 0.2% of it just for being your teacher, that'd be great. Okay. 0.2%. 0.2% of that. Well, I know that 1% of a trillion. So here's trillion. 1% of trillion is 1 billion, essentially. So that'd be 2 billion. And then I said 0.2%. So that would be like only like 400 mil. I mean, you're helping me out, man. I'm a teacher. It's hard for me to get by, right? I got kids. Yeah, they do eat a lot of food, man. That's right. I know. Just trying to get through the discount rack, you know. All right. So 2.9 times 10 cubed, 2 zeros, 2,900. So, yeah, if you're making that much, I won't bother you. Okay. All right. So 7.1 times 10 squared times 1,000. So what you can do is use your exponent skills. That's 10 cubed. So this is really 7.1 times 10 to the 5th. Okay, so it says simplify and write in scientific notation, so we're done. That's all it wants. Just want you in scientific notation. That's scientific notation. Okay, this one here, 6.98. If there's nothing there, it's a 1. 6.98 times 10 to the 8th. We just mentioned earlier how much is 1,000 worth. Yeah, 10 cubed, right? 5 times 10 to the 6 over 10 cubed. This is still a product, so you still subtract those. 5 times 10 to the cube. 5 times 10 cubed. What'd you say, Maru? Yes, 5,000 is the answer. That's correct. Okay, so now the reason we did this after negative exponents is because now we're going to talk about really, really small numbers. So we just did stuff where we were doing really big numbers, so it was just positive exponents. Now we're going to do negative exponents. Instead of moving to the right, we're going to move to the left, okay? All right, so an inch is about that many kilometers. Massive particle dust is about that many kilograms. Massive electron is about that many grams. Yeah, that's a molecule, like a molecular, right? That's the right word? Molecular? Okay, you might know your science better than me. Okay, what's that? Oh man, I don't know. So if we do sections, so remember it goes tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millionth, 10 millionth, 100 millionth, billionth, trillionth. Yeah, I don't even know what that number is going to be. Yeah, it's going to be way up there.
Can we keep going?
Yeah, I only know, I forgot the one after trillion. If I saw it, I'd know it, but I forgot what it is. Okay, all right, so all these are really small numbers. So this is how we write it, though. The difference is 6.3 divided by 10 to the fourth is the same thing as multiplying by 10 to the negative fourth. We should know that, right? Moving that, if this is negative, we move it down. Or if this is positive, we can move it up if we want it all in the same line. It just switches the sign. So it's just showing you how it happens. Now, 6.3 times 10 to the negative fourth, that means you're going to do this. 6.3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill the spaces with zeros and a dot right there, 0.00063. That's what you would write. Okay, everybody okay with moving to the left? All right, so let's fill out this chart. So you have the scientific notation. So expanded form here. So what's my base number here? 5.3. Good, don't lose sight of that. So if I'm here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to go divided by 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, which is 5.3 times 10 to the negative fourth. Yep. 5.3 times 10 to the negative fourth. Okay, so again, my number here is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Seven times 10 to the negative eighth. Okay. So then this one would be, yep.
Are we going to have to use expanded form on the test?
No, it's more just showing you where it's coming from. Okay. Okay, so expanded form is just kind of giving you the definition essentially. Okay, so this is 2.9 times 10 to the negative 3. 10 to the negative 3 means I'm moving it over 3 spots, so it's going to be 2 zeros with a 2, 9. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 down there. So 7.1 times 10 to the negative 6. I'm going to move it 1 over with 5 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 1. And these last two here. 3.1 over 10 times 10 times 10, which means 0.0031. 8.5 over 10 to the, oops, sorry, over 5 tens. Okay, and that means it's going to be 1 spot with 4 zeros. Okay, does everybody understand what I'm saying when I say 1 spot? Okay, I'm moving over just in front of it, and then I have 4 more places to jump, so 4 zeros in front of it. Okay, perfect. All right, just got a couple more things here, and then we're going to get into some calculator help with these, okay? All right, so complete the following statements. So the beginning of the section again. So, oh, yeah. Someone at the door? Okay, perfect. So anybody want to volunteer? What did you get for this one? Inch is about what? $2.54. Good. 2.54 times 10 to the negative fifth. Good. The mass of a particle of dust is about what? Yeah, Peyton's got it. 7.5 times 10 to the negative 10. And then the big one there, the mass of an electron. Good, and you have to move it past the 9, so that means it'd be 28.
Oh, it's 28?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta add the 9.
Yeah.
Why though? I thought you could just do 9 to...
All right, let's look here. I'll double check. Let's double check. So it says 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. Yeah. So if you do 27, you'll have 0.9. You have to go one more to the right. Yeah. Now, when we count to the right, guys, listen, this is a good point. So when you count to the right, remember, when you're counting to the right, that's the negative numbers that you're moving. Because it moved left, right? So you're counting really kind of how much it went left, not really counting to the right, if that makes sense. So you guys, a lot of you guys stopped at 0.9. We got to go around the 9 for 28 there. That's why it's 28, not 27. There is 27 zeros. You are correct there. Okay? Correct. 9.0 times 10 to the negative 28. Okay, explain why 0.4 times 10 to the negative 8 is not written in scientific notation. So why is that not scientific notation? Yeah, it's 0.4. Just the same reason why you guys got 0.9. It's got to be bigger than what? 1. Smaller than 10. Yeah, smaller than 10. Yeah. Okay, so then write it in scientific notation. So if I want to write that, I'd write it as 4 times what?
10 to the negative 9.
Perfect. You just learned something. Or, yeah, you're just, yeah. I'm trying to give them the credit, Don. All right, so here we go. We're going to use your calculators. So if you're with me, stay with me here. Okay, so using the scientific mode. So first thing, press mode. You're going to see a menu like this. See what says normal? Change it to psi. Yeah, mode in the calculator. Okay, you guys got it? Mode, find psi, and switch over to psi from normal.
Which one do you want us to go to?
Right here. Should be at the top around normal. Okay, let me pause, look around. What you just did is you changed the settings of the calculator, so we're not entering anything yet. Everything you do in your calculator will now use scientific. So make sure you go back and click to normal when you want to get out of this. Okay, you're only going to want it for this section. Okay, so what I want you to do now is type in 4506 with 6 zeros and hit enter. And then hit enter, and it gives it to you in scientific.
4.506 E9?
Right, so that's 4.506, 10 to the ninth. Yeah. Right, it's 10 to the ninth. The E is 10.
Okay, but science don't make no sense. You learn this in science, you should just take this class once for science.
Yeah, typically it is recommended to take like Math 10 before Science 10 and then Math 20 before Physics 20. If, like Physics 20 people right now are struggling that didn't take Math 20 yet.
Yeah, you should just take this one class.
It's just, we kind of like teach you, but a lot of you guys, your schedules are so hard to like make work, so yeah. Okay, so go ahead and go back to normal. You don't have to, but if you go back to normal, it says that you can go 4.506 times 10 to the ninth and hit enter. It'll give you that long string there. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. It's just showing you it does the other way too. All right, so let's use the EE feature here. So use the following procedure to write the product 4.25 times 10 to the 6 times 3.65 times 10 to the negative 4 in scientific notation and standard notation. So what we're going to do Access the EE feature by hitting second, and it's a comma. It's kind of the bottom. The comma's down there at the bottom. Or sorry, no, it's at the, it's right below sign. It's right below sign, sorry. Yep. Okay, guys, listen, I'm going to pause it. I want you to work through these steps, okay, and we'll see if you can get to the final result here. What they're doing is showing you how to put a product like the right here into your calculator accurately, okay, using the scientific feature, okay? So go ahead and try that. Right here, these steps here. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so use a calculator to do these then to try those with this, what you just did. So use that same feature for these two. The feature you just did, the E feature. You guys can get going here. So this one, you should have got 9.1 times 10 to the 4th. Okay, and this one you should have got 1.5 times 10 to the negative 8th. Okay. Okay, there's a couple of things. If you don't like the E, like the method they gave you, let me show you another thing you can do. It's quite simple. Okay? So check this out. If that was too much of a process for you to do that last part, all you do is this. 7.5 divided by 5 is 3/2, right? That's why they got the 1.5. 7.5 divided by 5 is 1.5. That's in our gap between 1 and 10. It's negative 17 minus a negative 9. Minus a minus is plus. So negative 17 plus 9 is negative 8. That's it. So you can kind of do them like I kind of use as Math 20. You can do this as like terms. Divide this, use exponent rules on this. That's your answer. Now, yes? Yeah? It is 14. Yep. It's 14. We'll see if it's 16 here in a second. Okay, so really quickly, Doyle, can you go, what's 3.5 times 2.6 in your calculator for me? What's it say, though? Okay. Yeah, E0 means you don't have any. So just 1 second. 3.5 times 2.6 is 9.1. Okay? So that means that's within 1 and 10. So now you just do 5 plus 9 is 14. That's where the 14 came from. Okay, good question. So let's pretend that this right here is, let's just say that's 11.5. Yeah, move it over 1. So that means that we'd have to go here. Right. That's it.
How would we do that if I'm confused with the calculator?
That's what we just did. We just did this without the calculator. That's the whole reason I went over this. You multiply it. Yep.
And I get the bottom one, so just do that.
This is doing this instead of the calculator. Yeah. Okay, all right.